Girls, please give the boys a nice warm round of applause as they come round this arena. Give them a wave, give them a smile, give them a shout. And you can make as much noise as you like. Boys and girls, I've had a word with all your mums and dads that said you can make as much noise as you like just during this next half an hour, because the more noise you make, the bigger these guys are going to jump. They like a little bit of noise. So guys, just warming the machines up, getting them to working temperature. Before we actually start, I will introduce you to the guys so you know who is who and what they're going to do. We're going to start off with this guy in the corner here, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is kind of multi-talented here. He does a little bit of everything. He does a little bit of motorbike, he does a quad, he does a bit of scuba diving, he does a little bit of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from Connor Brennan! Okay, going to go down to the opposite corner now, ladies and gentlemen. You might need to be binoculars to see him, because he's only about 3 foot tall. So hang on, he's 3 foot 6. There you go, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy's been with us for a couple of years. That's better, that's the music was too loud. Okay, this guy's been with us a couple of years now, ladies and gentlemen. He's learnt a lot in that time, and he's got a great future, so keep a look out for this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for young Anthony! His name's Anthony Ladlemeyer, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we just call him young Anthony. It's a lot easier. Okay, going to go to our team leader now, ladies and gentlemen. This guy started riding motorcycles at the age of 3. His first jump was over his father on a little 50cc Malaguti, and he's been jumping motorcycles ever since, not just in this country but all over the world, and is regarded as one of the best jumpers in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Stannage. Okay, let's see what these guys can do for you here today. There you go, just popping a couple of wheelies. What they're doing at the moment is just kind of getting used to this field, because all fields, funny enough, are different. This one, I haven't checked with the guys, but looks kind of slippery because the grass is very, very thick, and we had a bit of rain here this morning. So we're going to start off with young Anthony here, and the very first thing that Anthony wanted to do when he joined the team was ride a quad. So he couldn't ride a quad at all, but because obviously he's a stuntman, he just want to do it on 4 wheels, he wants to do it on 2 wheels. So there he goes all the way around here. Really, I can give him a wave, give him a smile, give him a cheer as he comes round. And you see, as he turns left, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see the wheels actually going lower to the ground. So you turn the left now, the wheels are going lower, and that's where everybody learns that way, because you can pop the wheels back down very, very easily. So I said to Anthony, if you want to do it properly, if you want to do it in a car, you have to be able to turn right. And this is the dodgy way, because it goes actually, the wheels go higher as you go beyond the point of balance. And if you're doing this in a car, ladies and gentlemen, you do need to turn right, because if you only turn in left, the bonnet gets in the way and you can't see where you're going. So it is necessary to do it the harder way round. And he's got it off to a T, ladies and gentlemen. That's the hard way round. Might look the same for you, but it is actually a lot harder when you're turning right. He's got it off to a T. What about that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's hear for young Anthony. Well done. Hang on, here he goes. This could be a bit dodgy. This is a bit dodgy because this is very slippery. What he's going to attempt to do, ladies and gentlemen, is try that right turn, but he's going to do it around me. It's going to be a very, very tight turn. Obviously, the tighter the turn, the more difficult it is. And I can tell you, to be that far over, ladies and gentlemen, if he's going to fall flat on his face, it's any second there. That is a really tight turn. Oh! I thought he was going, no, he's managed it. What about that, ladies and gentlemen? That is brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, young Anthony. Well done, young man. Okay, he's worked really hard at that, ladies and gentlemen. He's got it off to a T. But we're going to hand over to Connor now. Connor, very, very experienced stuntman. In actual fact, he is the cousin of our team leader, Aaron Stannage. So it's kind of a family affair. Let's see what Connor can do on this quad. Looks kind of small with Connor. Connor's about 6'3". So he's just testing the ground out here, just seeing just how slippery it is, and it is quite slippery out here. So let's see what Connor can do. You might guess what he's going to do. Okay. You normally find stuntmen, if the vehicle's got two wheels, they only need one. If it's got four, they'll use two. Now most wheelies that you see, ladies and gentlemen, are what are called power wheelies. And every man in this boat does a power wheelie. This isn't a power wheelie at all, it's what they call a balance wheelie. So he takes it to the point of balance, and if he gets a little bit too high, he'll just dab the brake just to fetch it back. Of course, the slower you go, the more difficult it is. Okay, he's going to try that again. This time stood up. But his foot, that right foot will always be hovering over the brake. Now the brake light does work, so you can see. You might wonder why the brake light seems to be on nearly all the time. That's because his foot is actually hovering over that brake. It's just actually holding it on there, which is putting the light on, but the brake isn't actually on. Then he'll just dab the brake every time he needs it, once it's a little bit too high. Probably try another one down this other side so everybody can see. The show goes on. You can't steer this, of course, ladies and gentlemen. It kind of goes where it wants. I can give him away, ladies and gentlemen. This is Conor Brennan doing the nice balanced wheelie. And he's got this off to a tree as well. Okay, what he's going to do now is attempt to put a quad on one wheel. Now, it'll only be for a fraction of a second, but when you go from the side wheels to the back wheels, he's on one wheel, round about. Now, there he goes. So just on one wheel there. There you go, mate. I like to see the wheels spinning, mate. There you go. Oh, that's very good. I can see you coming off the back of that. I think you're going to have to put it down, otherwise you'll hit that rampage. There you go. What about that, ladies and gentlemen? Conor Brennan. Fantastic. Oh, hang on. I thought you might. Whoa, what's it on? Well, this is very, very slippery out here, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very slippery indeed. Hello? Oh, you just touched me toe. Ladies and gentlemen, Conor Brennan. Well done, young man. Okay, now I know you want to see some jumps. We're going to actually start off with a little jump, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the guys warmed up, then we go to the big one. Now we've got a ramp out here, and we've got a stand. So just put the stand under. Where's the stand? You put it on the barbecue last night. Oh, she did get hungry. I want to tell you what. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Get a couple of planks, you know the planks in the back. Get a couple of short, thick ones. Thick, and we'll stick them up. You know what's coming, don't you? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Your stick is two short planks, you'll do. Come here. Yeah. Right, you lie down here, right? Motorbike will go over the top of you and I won't feel a thing, I promise. I'm sure, I won't feel a thing. There you go. Hey boys and girls, you know when you get back home, plank of wood, push bike, dad, driveway. But I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when the motorcycle changes direction, for a fraction of a second, it's a force of about 4 tons, right about. Now, you know, I can't possibly think what could go wrong here. Here we go. Oh, he kind of accidentally wound the throttle on and got a bit of dirt on it. Ladies and gentlemen, young Anthony. Okay, right, we had a little bit of fun, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get on to the more serious business of jumping motorcycles. Now, the guys will do a couple of practice jumps first. Now, these machines might look the same. They're both Hondas, they're both CRF Hondas, but one's a 250 and one's a 450. You can hear the difference in the sound. If I'm coming up to the ramp here, it's a 250. The more noisy one is a 450, a lot more powerful. So I'll tell you that now, because obviously the more powerful one will be able to jump a lot further. But we'll see just how far the guys can go. We do like to have the wind behind us when we do this, so we've got a little bit of a crosswind, which is not good. So there's Connor on the 250. The guys will be keeping an eye on that flag up there because that tells them which way the wind is going. That's Aaron on the 450. Okay, they'll do one more practice jump, ladies and gentlemen. And then we do something called the strain. Okay, this is Connor on the 250. Just getting used to this arena. Nice jump from Connor. You can see the wind actually taking him a little bit to the left there. This will be Aaron on the 450. It's Aaron Stannage on the 450. Okay, next what we call the train. What the train is, ladies and gentlemen, is where we try and get two motorcycles in the air at the same time. So both these guys will set off from the corner there. They'll set off together. The 450, the one that's in the front there at the moment, is more powerful, so it will pull away. So it should get to the ramp first. Okay, they're setting off together. 450 pulls away. 1 and 2. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, boys. Okay, going to bring young Anthony in now. He just realised it seemed slippery than he thought. He didn't need to spin that right round there, but it did. Okay, we're going to do something we call the crossover. So we've got Anthony on the quad. He's going to go underneath the ramp at the same time as we get in Conor Brennan there to go over the top. That's all about timing. Let's see how he gets on. Okay, nice one. Okay, going to try it again in this car that needs a new clutch. Oh, yeah, that's good. Right, going to try it with this car with Aaron here. Let's see if I can get there at the right time. There we go. Woo! Okay, now we've got all four machines. Let's try the train and the crossover. We'll mix the two up. So we're going to get the car to go under and the motorbike to go over, quickly followed by the quad and the other motorcycle. Let's see if we get the timing right on this one. Okay, looks right about ready. There we go. One and two. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We'll see just how many cars we can jump for you here today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to pull this into position 1 here. Where's the reverse on this thing? Oh, there we go. Okay, I've got Aaron there just to mark it. Yeah, that's reverse. There we go. So I'm going to pull the other side of Aaron. So we're going to start off the distance of 2 cars, ladies and gentlemen. It shouldn't be a problem at all. The car's moaning at me because I'm putting the seatbelt on. There you go, that's the way you see that. Okay, start off with 2 cars, not a problem. Both guys going over, Aaron first, followed by Connor. Connor safely over. Going to get young Anthony now to mark the side. Okay, going to pull this out to car number 3. Okay, once again, both guys going over. Jumps will have to be a bit bigger each time. I said the 450 we'll be able to do more. Let's see how far the guys can go. Not the biggest of arenas, but I'm sure we'll get quite a few cars done in here. Aaron coming over first. Safely over, here comes Connor. Connor safely over. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to do a jump. It's quite slippery out here. The guys are doing well. So they've got a naughty little crosswind there. Funny enough, the wind is probably the biggest problem. You can quite adjust for the slipperiness, but the wind you can't do anything about. And I did notice when Connor did his actual first jump, the wind did take him a little bit sideways there. So hopefully he can try and just go into the wind a little bit. Let's see how he gets on. Okay, we're on 3 cars at the moment. We can take this out to 4. Saved over 3, here comes Connor. There we go, really dropped a little bit now. So we have both sides over. Going out to 4. Okay, 4 cars. Still not a problem for both these guys. Okay, this might be the last one for Connor, but we'll keep Aaron going. Connor will not be able to get the speed in that short distance, but he took their 4 cars okay. Then we'll just keep Aaron going on his own. Okay, I think Aaron's just checking the wind there. The wind is a little bit up and down. Okay, the worst figure is the wind. There's Aaron safely over. Get Connor. So he's not to the last of the Connor. Let's just see where he lands. Okay, these guys go when they go to later go. Sometimes you get down there and you know, you just don't feel right, so you just circle around one. There you go. There you go, we'll give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That might be the last one for Connor. Looks like it's starting to spit the rain as well. Okay, we're at the 5 now, ladies and gentlemen. Too much time left to push that here, but it's kind of hot, thank you very much. Okay, let's see how it gets on. Right, so you see this is getting greater all the time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, give me a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. 5 cars. I'm sure people. Try another one. Let's go for 2. I'm just checking the wind once again. We'll keep an eye on that wind, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to be near together. It's just the wind. There we go. We're going up to 6. 6 cars, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a round of applause. It's not such a big arena. I will just check what he wants to do on the one. It gives me a nod while he's pulling the wheelie. Looks like he's 7. See this distance getting greater and greater. 7 cars, ladies and gentlemen. There's no speedometers on these machines at all, ladies and gentlemen. It's all done by feel, but once you start getting to the big jumps, what Aaron will do, you see him as he comes up here, he'll be looking for a spot to land. He looks at the spot to land, which is going there, he'll look back at the ramp. He knows that if he can land on that spot, he should miss the top of the car. That's the theory. And this guy's been doing it since before he went to school, ladies and gentlemen. He's done it all his life. You can tell by his body language when he's in the air, quite relaxed. There he goes, he's going over 7 cars for you. Will he do it? Of course, give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, 7 cars. Let's see what he wants to do. One more? He can't do one more. He can't do one more. Can he, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, no, he can't. Right, let's go out to 8. It didn't surprise me at all, because I know this young man never likes to finish on an odd number for some reason. So he's going out to 8. Ladies and gentlemen, just check that distance. Oh my goodness. I think I'm staying in there. You've got to get it. Only enough to stay in there. Check this out now, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to wind that machine up in that very short time on slippery grass to almost getting on for 50 miles an hour. He'll start off in second, pick it up into 3rd gear. And he's going to be at the height of a double-decker bus, ladies and gentlemen. But to clear the top of this car, he's been landing here. He's got to land further. He's got to land round about here. Okay, then he's got to try and stop before he gets to that man. See the man with the train over there? He's got to try and stop before he gets to him. So let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Big jump. If anybody can do it, it's this young man who'll be keeping an eye on that wind. Let's see how he gets on. Will he do it? I think this car would look really good with a dirty, great big black tire mark on the roof, you know. Let's do that. To go when he's ready, doing the feels right. He's going for it. Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Will he do it? Will he? Will he? Yes! Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic jump. What about that? Give him a round of applause as he comes round. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Stannage. What a fantastic motorcycle jump. I've watched this guy all his life, ladies and gentlemen. His dad used to ride in my stunt team many years ago, and that's how Aaron got started. And he's done it ever since. In fact, he was in